First of all, I want to say shalom and welcome. It is really great to have everybody here with us. My name is Hila Eran, and I'm a pre-Aliyah employment advisor here at Nefesh B'Nefesh. Before we begin, I'd like to go over some logistics for today's webinar. So first of all, the webinar will be recorded, as I mentioned, and it's going to be available on our Nefesh B'Nefesh YouTube channel in the coming days. We have about 50 minutes today for this webinar, and we will include a presentation and also an open forum for Q&A. We ask that you please mute your microphone and hold your questions until the end of the presentation. Once we begin our open forum, if you have questions that you would like to share, we ask that you please click on the raise hand feature. If you are new to this, please write your full name in the Q&A box and we will call upon you when the time comes. I'm excited to share that we are joined today by Nurit Al-Tura, an Aliyah advisor who specializes in higher education here at Nefesh B'Nefesh, and is here today to answer some of your questions, as well as Nitza Halevi Cohen. Nitza is the director of the program for Morim Olim at the Ministry of Education. She's been working in education and the system for nearly 30 years in various positions. She was a teacher, principal, inspector, and such. Nitza holds a BA in art, BA in education, and an MA in management and organization of education systems. Moreover, she engaged in phototherapy, which she hopes to pursue in retirement. She's a mother of 3, Mor, Eden, and Noha, and married to Netanel. Nitza, it is a pleasure to have you join us today. And without further ado, the stage is all yours.
I'm happy to be here. Well, can we start?
Nitza, do you have, yeah, we can start. Anybody who is going to be joining us late, we'll just have to jump right in.
Okay, so shalom everybody. Good evening, good morning. So as Hila said, my name is Nitza. I'm in charge of Morim Olim at the Ministry of Education. We help all the Olim teachers who come to Israel and want to be a teacher in our system. Well, first of all, I would like to explain a little bit about the process, and after that, if you have, probably you will have a question, so we will answer and everything else. Okay, I would like to do it. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Well, to be a teacher in Israel, we have a process, and this process has a few stages. Okay. The first one is to validate the academic degree. Probably most of you, or all of you, I'm soon, have an academic degree, BA, MA, or PhD, or something. And when you make an Aliyah, and if you want to start teaching in Israel, the first thing that you have to do is recognize your academic degree from abroad, from United States, from Canada, okay? So this recognition of the academic degree, we have a committee at the ministry, and this committee they're supposed to, to recognize or not recognize your academic degree. What you will have to do in this committee, you will have to send to this committee, upload to the portal. They have a link. We will send you a link if you want to. You will have to send the link, all of your documents of the academic degree, the diploma, the transcript, everything about study that you had, to that Zehut or to that Ole or passport or anything like this. You're supposed to upload to this link, and after 3 or 4 months, you will get the documents who recognize your academic degree. Okay, this process, it's take a little Why? Because this committee is dealing not with Morim Olim only, it's dealing with all the Olim who came to Israel. So they have plenty of work, especially this time of the year, you know, after the war and everything else. So after you will have the recognition of the academic degree, the next stage, you will have to recognize your teaching certificates from abroad. I mean, if you have a teaching certificates from abroad, so we have another committee. We will send the document that you got from the first committee of the academic degree. We send them all your document, the teaching certificates and everything. And this committee of the teaching certificates supposed to recognize or not recognize your teaching certificates. So after you will get the academic degree and the teaching certificate by those two committees, basically you can start working as a teacher here in Israel. Because to be a teacher in Israel, you need first the academic degree and the teaching certificates. Of course, we have another stage, you know, the internship and everything, but this is a basic that we need to do. This is a basic, okay? And we are in the, my staff and I of the Morim Olim are going to help you to do this process. We are going to do it with you together, okay? So after you will do the academic degree and the teaching certificates, well, the next step is going to start teaching at school. And if you are going to start teaching at school, which means that you have, okay, I'm going to be here. You have to do a year of stage. Ila, would you like me to talk about it, or it's too early right now? I mean, the stage and everything.
I think it would be really helpful to mention it briefly, what the stage is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so to be a teacher in Israel, and you need an Israeli teaching license. So to get the teaching license, you need, going to over here. Okay, to get the teaching license, what you need is the academic degree, teaching certificate, and a year of stage. The year of stage, which means that the first year as a teacher, you at school, it's an internship, okay, which means that in this year you will have a mentor at school who are going to help you deal with everything, with the program in Israel, how to take care of the pupil, how to deal with the pupil in Israel, how to deal with the parents in Israel, about all the culture and everything. And you will have a course in some college. It's going to be with us, okay? And two evaluation in this year, okay? And this year, this stage of this year, the internship year, when you finish, after that, you will get the Israeli teaching license. Another thing that I'm going to, okay, every More Ole who came to Israel, we can give him 8 hours plus the hours that he teach at school, because we believe that the salary at the first year and the second year and the third year are not so high, okay? And we would like to help you. So if you want to work and study extra hours, and at school they don't have any hours to give you, we can give you another extra 8 hours, okay? We can give you this hour when you start working for the first year until the 4 or 5 years, okay? And you can get this hour, so it can help you to get inside the system, and and your salary will be much better, okay? This is basically, this is it. I mean, it's a long process, but this is basically, okay? So if you want to ask something about it. So if you have a question, and beside that, we can, can do it if you want to. Hila?
You have a couple of questions, I think, coming in.
Okay.
Just a second here. We don't, do you, Nitza, is this process the same also for the public school sector, also for private? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
About what?
If this process is similar to anybody who wants to teach in Israel, whether it's in the public sector, the private sector?
No, we are talking only about a school who belongs to the Ministry of Education, not private school. Private school, they have their own procedure. It's not belong to the ministry, okay? We have all the public school, all the, we have something between private, but it's belong to the Ministry of Education. There are schools who are half private and half belong to the ministry. It's also belongs to us, but the private school, they have, we are not responsibility or on the private school. We are talking right now only about the school who are in charge by the ministry. Yeah.
Excellent. So some people are asking some questions in the Q&A. So we're just going to go ahead and read those off.
Okay.
So we have a question here from Zahava. And her question is, are you actually teaching throughout the stage year, or is the teacher an assistant in a classroom?
Okay. The year of stage, you start teaching. You're a teacher. You start teaching from September at school. If you are teaching a class, if you are teaching a discipline, an English teacher or math or something, you start teaching. But the internship is going to do while you are teaching your method. You have a mentor at school. She's supposed to meet with you once a week. It's her duty, her or his duty of the mentor. Okay, he or she is supposed to meet with you once a week. The mentor's supposed to guide you and help you with everything. Also with the bureaucracy, how to open a file in Portal of the Torah, how to look at the salary, the salary, how the salaries look, everything, pension. They're supposed to help you with everything. And of course, they will come to see you at school, not every time, okay, but, twice at semester, just to help you. If you want to see the mentor, how he is teaching, it's okay also. But you basically teach. And you get a salary as a teacher, as an academic teacher at school.
Great, fantastic. Nitza, before we go into other questions, I also wanted to mention that after the webinar, anybody who registered is going to receive a follow-up email, which includes some links, helpful links. And one of the links that we included is a link to this handbook that you referred to in the webinar today. So we have another question here from Shirin, and she's asking, if you can send the link to upload the documents, and perhaps maybe talk a little bit more about how to upload the documents, and can one do so pre-Aliyah, and if so, at what stage?
Well, first of all, we can send the link, it's okay. And secondly, if you want to start with the process, the recognize of the academic degree from abroad, before Aliyah, you can do it, but you have to, but before you upload all the documents to the portal of this committee, you're supposed to sign, to sign signature of the all the documents, the academic degree, the diploma, the passport, if you have to, that's a Zehut ID, or if you have a passport or anything, you need to go to the consul and they supposed to sign that they saw the original, okay? So I don't know if you can do it whenever you are, but if you can do it from there and you can upload it. But if not, when you will make an Aliyah and when you will come here, the first thing that you will do after Misrad HaKlita, you can, you can contact with me or my staff, and we will help you to do, this process to send all the documents to the committee. So.
Fantastic. Nitza, throughout the website in Misrad HaChinuch and also in the booklet, there's several madrichim or rakazim, coordinators that are listed. At a stage pre-Aliyah, when somebody is still maybe 6 months out or maybe a year out from making Aliyah, who should they contact about the process for Morim Olim?
Okay. Well, what we have, it's well, first of all, in Misrad HaKlita, in all of the city, they have our list, and they know. I mean, they have my staff. I mean, we have madrichim. We have inspector every area in Israel, which means if somebody comes to Tel Aviv, so I have inspector in Tel Aviv who can help. If somebody came to Haifa or Jerusalem, we have inspector in Jerusalem. Okay, so I will send you the name and all the contact to those inspector. And of course, I'm the head of the program, so every time you can ask me what do you want. So when you come to Israel, when you will make an Aliyah, okay, the first thing after Misrad HaKlita, you can contact with us, and we will help you to do all the thing will stop with the to the ministry.
Fantastic. We have a question here from Dalia, and Dalia's asking, if you have a master's in Jewish education but no teaching certificate, what is your first step? Okay,
well, we have, I talked before about teachers. I mean, academic, about academic, they have a teaching certificates. So those teacher basically can start teaching, right? But academic, they have no teaching certificates. And if somebody want to be a teacher in Israel, we have a special program for Olim Academim. We have program in Israel. We had program this year, and we're supposed to open another program for next year. We have program to English teaching, math and science, and it's going to start in October 24. So basically all those programs are free. You're not supposed to pay something about it, because it's between the Ministry of Education and Misrad HaKlita. It's the study, it's supposed to be a year, something like this, 2 or twice a week, something like this, so you can start working. Some of the Olim Academim this year study and start teaching at school as an English teacher or something like this. You can do it while you are studying. So if somebody want to be a teacher and want to study, we will have a list. We will take your name and your details, and we will let you know.
Great, thank you. We have another question here from Anita, and she asks, how does one find a school where they can work for in their stage? And she then goes on and asks if she received the ishur from the Ministry of Education recognizing her teaching degree and her MA, Does she need a secondary school in Netanya where I can do my stage year? How do I find this type of information?
Well, first of all, we are going to help you to find a place, find school. Me and my staff, we are going to help you. Of course, in every area, we have the English inspector in Netanya, or we are going to help you. And we have, how it's called, we have a group at the Ministry of Education who help us, manpower. We have Koach Adam. We have we have a group at the ministry who help us to find a school for a new teacher for Morim Olim, so we can do it. And basically, it's not it's not that you are going to come here and go to find yourself a school, and it's very, very difficult. We are going to help you with this, so it's going to be very easy. Okay. And if somebody wants to work at Netanya or Tel Aviv, it's okay, whatever.
Great. We have another question here from Sarah about, the question is about incremental hours, the 8 hours.
Yeah.
When you said the 8 hours, were you referring to the 8 hours per week?
Yeah, there are 8 hours per week. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can
Yes.
the time that is invested in interviewing and preparation be counted towards that?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Can the time that goes into the preparation and interview be counted towards that, or is that 8 hours tachlis, 8 hours total?
No, it's 8 hours frontal as a teaching, frontal teaching. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, it's 8 hour frontal. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Tova is asking, where on the Misrad HaChinuch website can she upload the certificates and the documents, etc.?
Oh, this is the link that I send you. Remember, I'm going to send you. This is they have a link. It's there's a committee of the academic degree from abroad. They have a link, so we will send it to you again if you want to.
Fantastic. And we do have the link, and then I will also mention.
Yes, I will send it to you, and yes, of course, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Well, and I will
you're
also
supposed
mention.
You're supposed to send it yourself. I mean, this is the only thing that we can't do. I mean, me and my staff, because you're supposed to upload it with your ID number or your password number, so it's very personal. So you have to do it, but we can help you with the process. Okay, we cannot upload it instead of you.
Fantastic. Michelle is asking a question. If she already worked in a school during her practicum in her MA TESOL at TAU, can this count as her stage completion?
In Tel Aviv University. Tel Aviv, TAU?
Mm-hmm. I believe that's what she's asking.
Yeah, well, is she teaching this year?
So maybe this is a question that she can ask us privately, and then you can go into the details.
Because if she's teaching,
situation.
Yeah, I would like her. Yeah, because if she is teaching right now, and she has a mentor and evaluation, so probably she's supposed to know, because if she has an internship, yeah.
Okay, so Michelle, please be in touch with us privately so that we can.
Yes, she can talk to me. Yeah, I would like to say something about the internship. Okay, I know that the most of the Morim Olim who came to Israel and start teaching, you have a lot of experience from abroad. So when you hear the word internship and stage, the first year, it's but I have a lot of experience. Why do I need to do a stage? But this stage, it's not supposed to guide you how to teach or the method, because you have everything. You know this. This stage, it's supposed to guide you to be a teacher here in Israel. I mean, this stage are going to help you with the Irgunei Morim, I mean, with all your social and everything. It's not about method and practical, okay? So it's very, very important to do this. And this is one of the conditions to get the Israeli teaching license. And about your experience from abroad, I mean, I assume that most of you has a lot of year experience as a teacher. And when you come to Israel, when you make an Aliyah, we can recognize your experience from abroad, you know, at the salary, okay? So how you can do it. When you will start working as a teacher, you're supposed to bring with you every document about your experience as a teacher from abroad. I mean, since when until when, how many hours every year, the name of the school, everything. You will have to bring with you all those documents, and when you will start working, we're going to send it to the ministry, and they will check it and find out and will recognize your experience abroad. So when you start working, the salary will not so low because it's going to be, you know, 1 year. So when they will recognize your experience from abroad, I don't know if it's going to be 5 or 6 or 10 years, or I don't know how many. So it's going to, you can see it by your salary, okay? It will take time, but eventually they recognize the experience from abroad. So when you come and when you bring documents, so bring with you also the documents about your experience from every school that you are teaching or you teach.
Great. Nitza, I think that is a very important piece of information to have, because Olim lots of times do want to know what they can do pre-Aliyah. And really gathering and collecting your documents to show your experience is definitely something that you can do in advance. And I think if you wouldn't mind just touching a little bit about in the big picture, how the salary is built and why this is important, the way that this system works.
Well, the salary, it's a very unfortunately, I cannot answer the question because it's difficult because it's different. I mean, it depends what degree you have. If you have a BA or MA or PhD, it depends how many hours you're teaching. It's full-time job. Some of the teacher work more than 100%. So it's very difficult to me to say that because I don't know exactly, but if somebody are working full-time, okay, 100%, and he is have a BA, okay, so I believe it's something between I don't know, 7,000 shekels, something like this. I don't know. I mean, I don't. This is a question that it's very difficult to me to answer because I don't want to give an answer who doesn't, you know, it's and after they recognize you the experience from abroad, you know, it's change. It's not like a new teacher. So this is not something that I can answer about it. I'm sorry.
Fantastic. So you mentioned the tenure, the vetek, which is very important in teaching here in Israel.
Yeah.
And you work with Olim from all over the world, and obviously the recognition time from previous experience in the country of origin can take time. How do you suggest that people prepare financially as teachers? What are you seeing from others that they're doing, and how can an Ole basically learn from that how to prepare to teach in Israel?
I didn't hear you clearly. Can you repeat, please? I'm sorry, I just
Sure. So the question is, you have background working with
yes,
Morim
yeah, I
from
heard.
all over
Yeah,
the world,
yeah.
and it sounds like the time that the system will recognize the vetek, the
Mm.
tenure that an Ole has from their country of origin might take time,
Yeah.
and you mentioned, a pretty base salary.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you anticipate this process being so an Ole can plan financially
Mm.
as a teacher in Israel?
Well, first of all, we have a good connection and with the committee of the academic degree. So when Ole start the process of the validation of the academic degree, we are going to some negotiation with them, because this committee is not belong to our staff. So we are going to hurry all this process. This is first of the now about the experience and vetek. We are going to send personally, me and my staff send the documents to the ministry. So so things we're going to do very quickly. But you're right, because all those stuff, all those process, it's sometimes going to be between 2 months to 6 months. So it's a long time. Some of the teachers who came, I know, start as a private teacher, as an English teacher or something like this from the beginning, to help with the financial stuff and everything. We are going to help the teacher with our 8 hours, so so they can work. So the salary will be much higher. And beside all of our course, I mean the Hebrew course and the stage and all the program from the teaching certificates and everything, you're not supposed to pay, because it is from the Ministry of Education. So you don't have to pay anything. So so
Great.
we're trying to.
Thank you. Thank you. And would you mind just touching a little bit about the process for positions of education administration, working as what we call a yoetzet in a school or a principal, what sort of a track this looks like, if you wouldn't mind just addressing that as well.
Yeah, well, to be a vice principal or principal at school, you need to have minimum 5 years experience at the Ministry of Education. So after 5 years, you can go to מכרז, איך אומרים מכרז? You can go to you can go to you can have a nominate to to this job. Wait a minute. But it's after 5 years. I mean, if you want to be a principal or vice principal at school, I mean, it's after 5 years experience at the ministry as a teacher in Israel. You need to be a teacher, and after that, you can be, for another job or something like this. About yoetzet, they have a special program in Israel, which means that you need to have, of course, the academic degree and the teaching certificate, and you have a special internship, a year of internship. It's not a Morim Olim, it's a difference. But if somebody want to be, we will explain it to her or him, how to do this process. Okay, but first of all, we need to do the academic degree and the teaching certificates, and after that, we will have to do it. But they have a special and unique internship.
Great, fantastic. And just to clarify, Yoetzet is a school counselor, and that is a different track, as Nitza mentioned. And Nitza, for the Olim who are making a guided Aliyah, meaning they're making Aliyah from within Israel, who are currently here, is the process the same whether they are here in Israel and they're making Aliyah from within Israel, or whether they're in the States right now or Canada?
Well, the different, if it belongs to our staff, our group, it's not a different. I mean, you can start the process in Israel, you can start the process in America, in the United States or Canada. It's okay. You can do it. You can start the process of the validation. After you will make an Aliyah, okay, we will start, looking for a school and to try to start the internship and everything. But the first process, the first stage in the process, the validation, you can do it while you're there. Yeah. It's a little bit, difficult, but it's okay. We can do it. Yeah. If somebody wants to do it, we can do it. Yeah. Most of the Olim start all the process when they came here to Israel. So it's okay.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. So you mentioned a little bit about roles such as a yoetzet, a counselor, a principal. There's additional roles, for example, as an English coordinator in a school. How does one become an English coordinator, for example?
Well, I believe that the first year, the first and the second year, you will start as a teacher, an English teacher or something like this, and after that, well, you will have a little experience or something like this. You will get it, and we have a few Morim Olim who start, take this job, after 3 or 4 years at school. So, of course, we have it.
Fantastic. Okay, great. And we talked a little bit about the difference in the process of going through the Morim Olim program, whether you're making an Aliyah from Israel or abroad. And you mentioned that the process is pretty much the same. The program Morim Olim indicates that the assistance is for Olim. Is there any difference if somebody's making Aliyah as a Toshav Choser status or Ezrach Ole status, or maybe even they are a Toshav Choser?
Everyone who is Ole or Toshav Choser or Ezrach Katin or all these names, it's the same. If they will get from Misrad HaKlita, they sure that they have a zakaut. Okay, they have zakaut. So they have the same condition. Everybody, yeah. They have the same condition. They can get the hour from us. They can go to our program, to the internship, to our program. It's the Hebrew course, everything. Yeah. Ole Chadash, it's something about 6 or 7 years or something like this, I believe. In some cases, it's 10 years. I don't. It's
right. It depends, but for the sake of being certified for Morim Olim, one can have any status. They can be an Ole, they could be an Ezrach Ole, Katin Choser, Toshav Choser.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yes.
Fantastic. Somebody wants to know if there's a difference in the process between becoming a teacher of Torah versus academic studies.
The teaching of Torah, which means it's an academic degree. This Torah. This is
I'm not exactly sure what you meant by this, But if, let's say, she wants to do something that is not necessarily, let's say, a subject that would fall under the academic studies in a public school.
Well, sometimes we have Olim that the committee didn't not recognize their academic degree, okay? But when we send their documents to our committee recognized their teaching certificates. So they have a teaching certificate, so probably Torah or something, maybe, I don't know. But they have teaching certificates, but they don't have an academic degree. So in Israel, to be a teacher, you need an academic degree and teaching certificate. So you can start working as a teacher in the first year because you have the teaching certificates. But in this year, you will have to complete the academic degree in Israel. I mean, we will help you to find a college or something like this, and you will study the academic degree. It's going to be, you know, a day or two, twice a week or something like this, maybe. You know, because in Israel, I know that, I know in England, I know some college seminar or something like this, they don't have an academic degree, they have only teaching certificates. So maybe in US and Canada, they have also, I don't, maybe, but we will help you to complete the academic degree also.
Fantastic. Several people, Nitza, are they hold different degrees and certifications, and they want to know how they can become a teacher. You mentioned a little bit about the Hasava Le'ora'ah, but if somebody has different degrees and certifications, and they want to know more about it, who do they turn to, and where can they learn the information from?
They have an academic degree and they want to be a teacher. Okay, well, first of all, you can talk to me. You can talk to me. And another friend in my staff, his name is Oren Beck. Maybe Nurit know him. I don't know. He was before me. You can talk with me or with Oren. I will send you email or an email also. We will explain you about all the program, okay? If you have, we have now teacher that they had academic degree and journalists or literature or I don't know, and they want to be an English teacher. So they start teaching as an English teacher, and meanwhile they are going to do the Hasava Le'ora'ah. So we can do it. We can help you with this. If you have any question, if you want to know where to study, I mean, if you want to study in Tel Aviv or Haifa or Jerusalem, we have several colleges that we at the ministry work with them. So we can explain and we can guide you and we can, you know, help you to do it.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you so much. I'm just scrolling through here to see what other questions we have. We only have about a few more, a few last minutes here. Nitza, you know, you work with Olim from all over the world.
Yes.
What would your, you know, you have over 30 years of experience. What would you recommend? What are your words of advice to teachers, whether they're starting out or maybe they're coming with lots of experience from North America? But what are your words of wisdom for them, for Aliyah to integrate successfully into the system? Anything that you think is really of value to share?
Well, first of all, patience. A lot of patience. Me and my staff are going to help you with everything. I mean, with everything. We have a lot of experience. We know we have connection with colleges, with person in the Ministry of Education, so we can help you. But you need to have patience, because we have a little of bureaucracy in Israel. And sometimes it's very frustrating. And I know, as an Israeli, I know that. And people who came from, from America and United States and Canada. So I believe it's not so familiar, but I believe it's patient. I think so. I mean, because if you really, really want to be a teacher in Israel, we're going to help you. But we are going to do it together with patience. I really believe it, because
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
I do want to use this platform, first of all, to thank Nurit for joining us today with helping us answer the questions that are related to higher education. I also, Nitza, really do want to thank you for taking the time today to join us here. We haven't really done this webinar for teachers in a very, very long time. And to see the amount of participants that we have here today, I think really reiterates to us the importance of really partnering together and making this information accessible to all of the Olim joining today. And also, as I mentioned, this webinar is going to be recorded and is going to be available for Olim who could not make the meeting today. I also do want to take a quick moment to mention that we are hoping to develop this into a series of webinars specifically for teachers making Aliyah. And God willing, this is going to be the first of few. We are going to dive in a little bit into the aspect of a panel of teachers of different employment opportunities in Israel, and even touch a little bit about the special education system, which we haven't really touched upon today. So please keep an eye out for any information that's going to be sent out about these upcoming webinars. And if you do have further questions, I know we couldn't get to all the questions today, but if you do have further questions, I would encourage you to send any question that you have to me, and we will then go ahead and send Nitza all of the questions that are coming in from today together. My email address is going to be sent out in the follow-up for this webinar, in the email that you all are going to receive. In case anybody wants to write it down in the meantime, it's just employment@nbn.org.il. Again, it's employment@nbn.org.il. And I will be happy to pass your questions on to Nitza. And hopefully everybody will have their questions answered in the coming days. Again, thank you so much for joining us here today, tonight, here in Jerusalem, and this morning or this afternoon, wherever it is that you are. And we wish everybody a Shavua Tov and bitachon and safety for all. Take care, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us again. Thank you, Nitza, and thank you, Nurit. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov. Bye-bye. Bye.